In this video, we are going to study about sp3 hybridization. But before that, let's just look at what is hybridization. Hybridization is nothing but, making hybrid. Hybrid means what? You must be knowing when uh, we get hybrid plants, we get hybrid fruits, right? So what are we doing exactly in that? We are mixing two different things and preparing a new species, right? So similarly in orbitals also, in chemistry also, orbitals are going to mix. Which orbitals are going to mix? The orbitals having similar energy. So if the difference in the orbitals is quite large, then the mixing doesn't take place, okay? So that is why we say mixing and recasting of atomic orbitals of similar energies to form new hybrid orbitals which are having exactly same energy, identical energy. And the when after mixing new orbitals which are formed, they orient themselves, so they have a definite orientation, maximum symmetry, minimum repulsion, and this is how you get a particular geometry of that molecule, okay? And so like hybridization can take place when s and p orbitals mix. So s and p are having similar energy, so when they mix, they give you sp3 hybridization, sp2 hybridization, sp hybridization. Apart from this, there are other hybridizations also. sp3 uh, D2, sp3, hybridization, D, sp2 hybridization. Okay, as the atomic number goes on increasing, here the hybridizations, different hybridizations are also possible. So today we are going to study only about sp3 hybridization, and in this hybridization we are going to study hybridization of carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. Okay, so from the name itself, what we understand is this is a mixing of 1s and 3 p orbitals to give 4. So 1s and 3 p. So how many total hybrid orbitals will be formed? 4 hybrid orbitals. And this type of hybridization gives saturated molecule. Okay. Now for example, when we talk about sp3 hybridization of carbon, so the most popular example is methane, ethane, okay, or all alkanes. All of them are saturated, single bond. Apart from that, any carbon with a single bond only or saturated under comes under sp3 hybridization. Then for nitrogen, sp3 hybridization, see, as I told you, saturated single bond. So NH3, or say amines, right? Amines, it could be any amine, it could be primary, secondary, tertiary amine, anything. So any nitrogen which is saturated, which has only single bond, will be sp3 hybridized. Similarly for oxygen, H2O, we talk about H2O, right? Single bond, right? Alcohols are what? ROH, single bond. Then ethers, ROR, ethers, right? Single bond. So anywhere, whenever oxygen is having a single bond, that is sp3 hybridization. Also, I'll quickly tell you, sp3 means single bond, okay, saturated. sp2 is compounds having double bond, so carbon carbon double bond, alkene, or C double bond O, okay. And sp is triple bond, nitrogen, n2, n triple bond n, anything like C triple bond n, right? So double bond is C double bond O, O double bond O, sp2 hybridization. And single bond I've told you, right? So this is about sp3 hybridization. Now this is the most important thing that you remember. 1s and 3p reacts mix to give 4 hybrid orbitals. Okay. Now let's straight away start with carbon. Now whenever hybridization we are talking about, what we are going to follow certain steps. Whichever molecule is given, first understand its structure. So what, suppose we are talking about methane. Let's take example of methane. So the central atom is carbon. So first, for whenever you are writing any hybridization, always follow these steps. Uh, where is my cursor? So first step is, which is the central atom? Our central atom now here is carbon, right? So write down the atomic number of carbon. So what is the atomic number of carbon? 6. Now once you know the atomic number, write down its electronic structure. 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 2, right? Now we are going to we are concerned about this, so let's write the distribution of electrons. 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 2. Now 1s will not take part in the hybridization. Its shell is different. See, this is first shell and this is second shell. So the energies between these two shells is quite high. So this doesn't take part in hybridization. So the mixing is going to take place between 2sm to p orbital. Okay. Now first step is atomic number. Write down the electronic configuration. Now we will write down, this is the electronic configuration in ground state. Write down electronic configuration in excited state. So 1s is going to remain as it is, so I'm not writing that. In excited state, electron from s jumps to p. Okay, so s will have only one electron and now p will have three electrons. Okay, so what happens in excited state? Electron from s jumps to p orbital, right? So this is in excited state. Now once excited state has taken place, now comes the hybridization. So we are talking about sp3 hybridization, sp3. So what is sp3? 1s and 3 p orbitals mix, yes or no? 3 p orbitals mix. So this is 1s and 3 p to give 4 hybrid orbitals. So all of them are going to mix. Now you are going to get 4 hybrid orbitals of identical energies, right? This is the sp3 hybridization of carbon atom. Now let's see how it looks like. Okay, um, now whenever hybridization is taking place, uh, when we're talking about p orbital, the shape of the p orbital is dumbbell shape, right? Okay, and s orbital is spherical. Now these two orbitals are going to mix. So after mixing, you're going to get new orbitals. So definitely this shape will not be there. So what is the shape of new orbitals formed? And now there are four. Whenever hybridization takes place, what happens is the dumbbell shape is having two lobes over here of similar size. But whenever hybridization takes place, one size is size, like different size, I can say one smaller lobe and one larger lobe. So when you are talking about sp3 4 hybrid orbital, so see how you should draw it. This is fun. I always like teaching hybridization. This is so 4, no? Whatever shape you can draw, just show the 4 hybrid orbitals. If you want, you can draw with me also. This is how you can draw it. Okay, 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. Nice flower you can draw. So this is sp3 hybridized orbital, right? Now once you get this, now I'll draw the formation of CH4. Okay, so let's see, it's becoming a mess over here. CH4. Now carbon is this is your hybridized carbon. This is sp3 hybridized carbon, and now we want to prepare a molecule with H is, what is H? 1s1. So it is s orbital, so spherical in shape, right? So now let's see what happens with CH4. So whenever CH4 bond formation is taking place, these are the four hybrid orbitals of carbon, and these are the four hydrogen atoms, each having what? Single electron, right? Single electron is there. So now this single electron is shared by each. So I'll show a different shape, a different color. So this is, the red one is the electron from hydrogen. So four hydrogens are required for formation of that methane. Okay, so for formation of methane, this is how the bond formation takes place, sharing takes place. So let's see what happens for methane. So everywhere, no, here four hydrogens you can draw, showing the overlapping, and in each shared part you can show two electrons, of course with opposite spin. Getting it? Okay. So this is hydrogen. This is hydrogen. And the central one is what? Carbon. Now, if you look at this, if I want to draw the structure of methane, it will be like this, no? Saturated. Now, let's see what are the bonds. So, what is this bond? This is my sp3s overlap. sp3 of carbon, s overlap of hydrogen. So this is also my sp3s overlap. This is sp3s overlap, and this is also sp3s overlap. So how many total sigma bonds are there? Four sigma bonds. What are the overlaps in methane? sp3s overlap. I hope you people are understanding this. This is how the methane formation takes place, and the orientation of the hybrid orbitals in such is such that there is minimum repulsion, maximum symmetry, and definite orientation, and that is the reason you get this geometry of methane. So when the carbon, like this is how I'll show you in with respect to this. I'll draw it over here. So this is carbon central atom. Now I'm not showing the smaller lobe. I'll show it this way. This is the sp3 hybrid orbital of carbon. It's getting overlapped by hydrogen, and this is how they arrange itself. So this is nothing but a tetrahedral geometry. So the next point that you will always go for is the geometry. So what is the geometry for sp3 hybridization? Tetrahedral. And for tetrahedral geometry, the bond angle is 109.5. Okay, this is methane. Fine. This is how you should always follow. Okay, now let's go for, I hope you people have understood. It's very easy and interesting. Similarly, now let's go for sp3 hybridization of nitrogen. At the end, let's see, I'll go for ethane also. Now what did I tell you? Start with the atomic number. What is the atomic number of nitrogen? 7. What is the electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 3. Show the ground state configuration. 1s, if you want you draw 1s, otherwise you can skip that, and p3. Okay, fine. Now what will happen in excited state? Sorry, this is ground state, this is excited state. So what will happen in excited state? Electron from 2s goes to 2p. So from here it will go this way. So this 2s electron will be single, and in the p orbital there will be pairing. You can write it anywhere. Okay. Next is sp3 hybridization. Mixing will take place. So 1s and 3p mix to give 4. So now because all of them are having similar energies, you can write it this way. Now formation of NH3, right? Okay, now this lone pair will remain as it is, right? And now where is the hydrogen? Hydrogen is coming with the single electron, yes or no? So this single electron in blue is the hydrogen electron, okay? So this is NH3 formation. Next step is the geometry. Okay, now what is the geometry? Okay, now because it is sp3 hybridization, what is our expected geometry? It should be what? Tetrahedral. Now, if I want to show this hybridization, it will be like this, So nitrogen is at the center. Nitrogen is at the center. Okay, this is at the center, nitrogen, and this is the hybrid orbital of nitrogen. Uh, let we can skip that small loop. It's like okay, I'll try it right. Hmm? Okay, and this is one. So here there is a lone pair of electrons. It's not going to take part in bonding. Now this is the overlapping with the hydrogen. Okay, this is your H. So what is the bond here? sp3s, sp3s, sp3s. So how many bonds are there? 3 sigma bonds, and the overlap is sp3s. Now because this is a lone pair of electron and these are bond pairs, wherever bond formation is taking place, this is called as bond pair of electron, and this lone pair, this is a pair of electrons in the orbital. So this is your lone pair of electron. Now what happens is the lone pair of electron is very big in size. The orbital is larger in size. It occupies space. So it pushes these orbitals away from itself, because now there is repulsion. So there are different repulsions taking place in a molecule. There is repulsion between bond pair. There is repulsion between lone pair and bond pair, and there is repulsion between lone pair and lone pair. In NH3 we are having what? We are having bond pair because bonds are there, three bonds are there. We are having one lone pair and one bond pair, right? So now always remember this trend. Repulsion between lone pair is more than repulsion between lone pair, bond pair, and which is further more than repulsion between bond pair. Now, because of this lone pair, there is repulsion between lone pair and bond pair. So it's pushing the orbitals, the bonds or these overlapped orbitals away from each other, so the bonds are squeezing, so they are coming close to each other. So we were expecting a tetrahedral geometry, but now it is no longer tetrahedral because this lone pair is there. Okay, so this is the nitrogen and this is how it will look like. And what for tetrahedral geometry, the bond angle was 109.5, but because the bonds have come closer to each other, these bonds have come closer to each other, because what has happened, lone pair has pushed them, right? So these bonds come close to each other, and so bond angle decreases. So in ammonia, it is not tetrahedral and it is not 109. The bond angle changes from 109 to 107, and instead of calling it tetrahedral, we are going to call this as pyramidal structure. Trigonal pyramidal structure. So just look at this. This is how the nitrogen molecule will look like. This is the pyramidal shape. Okay, pyramidal shape. And this is the lone pair which is there. This is your lone pair. It has pushed, so bond angle has now reduced from 109 to 107. This is how your molecule will look like. I hope you are understanding this. Now, what is the reason behind this? The reason is nitrogen has one lone pair. Therefore, there is repulsion between lone pair and bond pair. Therefore, bond angle decreases from 109 to 107. So this is generally the question that you get, why the bond angle of ammonia has decreased. Why is it 107 or why it is not 109 in spite of being sp3 hybridization? Because for sp3 hybridization, the standard bond angle is 109.5, but now here the bond angle is 107. Okay, fine. Now next is oxygen. So again, start with the same points. You can start with, first is what? Atomic number. Now we are talking about example is water. So central atom is oxygen. So what is atomic number of oxygen? 8. So write down its electronic configuration: 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Okay, then start with the ground state. I will not write for now 1s. So this is the ground state configuration. Okay, then next, what did I tell you? Write the excited state. What happens in excited state? S electron goes to P. So you can, this S electron goes to P. Sorry, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. I'm sorry. And this is here. This is the lone pair. Okay, so S electron is going to P, so it will go over here. So here you are having, so look at this, two lone pairs, no? Okay. Now comes the sp3 hybridization. So four atomic orbitals are formed. So you can write the lone pairs over here. Hmm. Now formation of water molecule. So this is your two lone pairs as it is, not taking part in bonding. And now comes the hydrogen. I'll show it. Sorry, I'll show it in red. This is electron from hydrogen. Now there are two lone pairs of electrons on oxygen. Okay, this is your oxygen. So two lone pairs of electrons on oxygen, and then you have this water. This is the shared one. This is H. Okay, this is sp3s. This is also sp3s. So here you are having two lone pairs now. Here you are having bond pairs. Now see the type of repulsions will be there in the molecule. So there will be repulsion between lone pair. There will be repulsion between lone pair, bond pair, and there is also repulsion between bond pair, bond pair. Now the number of repulsions are more compared to ammonia. So now imagine now two bulky lone pairs are there. So there is repulsion between these two. There is repulsion between these two. So what happens to the bond pairs? They come closer to each other. So now from 109 in methane, the bond angle decreased to 107 in ammonia, which was having just one lone pair. Here there was no lone pair. Now in water, because it is having two lone pairs, the bond angle still decreases. So bond angle decreases to 104. Now instead of calling it as tetrahedral, we the bond the it changes to bent, or we call it as V shape. So when you draw oxygen water molecule, we simply draw it this way, showing the two lone pairs. So oxygen always has two lone pairs which don't take part in bonding. Okay, and now the geometry looks like this. This is your 105. This is the this is your bent structure. We call it as what? Bent structure, or we also call it as V shape geometry. It looks like V, inverted V. Yes or no? Okay, or bent. This is sp3 hybridization. Okay, so this is a comparison between all three of them. So what is the bond angle for methane? All of them are example of sp3. For sp3, the ideal geometry is tetrahedral and the bond angle is 109.5, which is only shown by methane because it has only bond pairs. In ammonia, it has one lone pair and three bond pairs. So bond angle decreases. In water, it has two lone pairs and two bond pairs. Two bonds are there, no? H2O. See, two bonds are there. In ammonia, there are three bonds, and in methane, there are four bonds. Four bonds, no? Four bonds with hydrogen. So bond angle decreases. So you get these questions. You get the questions on geometry. You get questions on why bond angle has decreased. You get questions on how many lone pairs are there. Okay, so this is the overall what I can say, a summary of sp3 hybridization. And tell I'll just quickly also tell you about I'll just quickly tell you about ethane, because we are doing sp3 hybridization. Where is my cursor? Hmm. So sometimes you get question to write the hybridization or formation of ethane. First, you will write the whole structure of ethane. Rest same remains the same. Carbon 6, 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Uh, Now I don't think so. I'll go into this. You have already watched it. Now I will write the formation. So carbon, carbon. So now hybrid orbitals. So there are two carbons. So I will write C1 and C2. Okay. Four sp3 hybrid orbitals are there. Hmm. Each one having one electron. So there is one carbon-carbon bond. That means this overlap will take place. Hmm. Then the other ones are for hydrogens. Now both are sp3 hybridized. So let's arrange that. I like drawing this molecule. So I will draw it this way. Okay, I'll draw the sp3 formation. So this is carbon number 1, sp3 hybridized. So let's draw the hybrid carbon will have one large lobe, one small lobe. Show it anywhere. Try to draw a beautiful diagram. Mine is not coming that proper. Okay, then this is carbon number 1. Now let's show carbon number 2. Hmm? Same thing you can draw. Those who are good in drawing will enjoy drawing this. Hmm. This is carbons. Now three hydrogens. Now what is the shape of hydrogen? Spherical. Show this. Show the electrons also. So here the shared part is having a lone pair of electrons. Now let's see. This is sp3s. So all CH are sp3s. How many are there? CH bonds, 6 CH bonds. And there is one carbon carbon. So this overlap is sp3 sp3 overlap. Okay, each carbon tetrahedral geometry. Hmm? So this was all about sp3 hybridization. I'll prepare a separate videos for sp2 and sp hybridization. Thank you.